Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Wednesday, May 3rd, and we've got a really pleasant day coming up there with more in the way of sunshine, and with that May sunshine we'll see our temperatures warm into the mid 50s, possibly to around 60 or so, and again it'll be a pretty nice day, but more rain is coming, especially for southeast lower Michigan into southwest Ontario, where some areas could see over 2 inches of rain. And then we're going to look at a potential frost or freeze possibility as we get in towards Monday morning. It could be a pretty chilly air mass, and we'll certainly watch that. We've got plenty of time. And then the extended outlook, although a little bit colder than normal, certainly looks like we're going to finally dry out, and we should get a lot of planting done as it looks like next week. If we look at the growing degree day accumulation so far, pretty early in the season, but you can see where we're at. And if we look at the 20 plus year history of Breckenridge, this is where we're at right now. Again, plenty of time to watch this all season long, and again you'll see we should settle back towards the middle of pack here over the next week to 10 days as we see some pretty chilly air for this time of year. And if we look at conditions out there this morning, again quite chilly, 36 in Lansing, down to 34 at Clarksville, and freezing over in Newaygo. And again, this is the area I thought we might see some frost advisories. That didn't happen, although I think certainly it looks like some of these areas should have been under a frost advisory. And if we look at the radar this morning, you can see this next system that'll be heading towards southeast lower Michigan with some very heavy rain potentially. Again, on the move right now, and it'll be coming into the area later on tonight. You can see some of the northern expanse of this here towards the end of the frames. If we look at the weather map this morning, Oklahoma low pressure system will be moving off to the east-northeast with the warm front beginning to push to the north. That'll spread the heavier rains. In this area here indicated with rain today, that'll be for tonight, as most of the day should be quite nice across the area. And then by tomorrow, that low pressure system heads up towards Kentucky and Tennessee, spreading some of the heavy rains into southeast lower Michigan. And again, this will be the dividing line of really where the heaviest rains will fall. And again, some areas could pick up 1.5 to 2 inches of rainfall. And if we look at the weather map by Friday, the low pressure system begins to shift to the east. High pressure system will be moving in from the west, and that's going to really bring some dry weather, it looks like, for much of the weekend into much of next week. Looks like our next chance of rain after this system would be Wednesday or Thursday of next week. And this system here will drop down over the weekend. It looks like most of the activity should be well off to our north and to our west, and most of the MAC area should be dry all weekend long as it looks right now. If we look at precipitation here over the next 3 days, you can see a tremendous amount of rainfall across southeast lower Michigan, but a very sharp cutting line, dividing line between heavy precipitation to no precipitation. You get up towards Newaygo, and they may not see any precipitation at all. This is from the INSEP. Another model also shows a little bit farther north, but not a lot of rain. Again, once you get up towards Newaygo, little to no rain, maybe 1/4 of an inch for places like Clarksville up towards Breckenridge. And then again, this area, depending if it shifts a little farther north or southeast, will make a great difference in how much rain you may see here as we get into tonight through really Saturday. This will be a pretty long, prolonged, drawn-out precipitation event for southeast lower Michigan. And if we look at the weather watch out there this morning, you can see the frost advisories for much of Wisconsin. I think there should have been some over in western Michigan, but that's the way it is. And we also got some frost and even a freeze watch as you get out towards portions of Kansas. Lots of flood advisories, watches, warnings off to our southwest. And again, would not be surprised to see some of these flood watches or flash flood watches issued for parts of southeast lower Michigan. And again, same with southwest Ontario, going to be dealing with lots of rain issues there as well. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.